Celebrities often uphold a pretty polished image of themselves, and because they usually have a team around them, it's easy for them to hide certain things from the world. However, as we all know, celebrities are human just like you and I, which means that they are not excluded from also experiencing issues with their health. To many, the death of Chadwick Boseman was a huge shock. We had just watched him as the powerful King T'Challa in Black Panther, and many other films that the actor had been a part of. He seemed to be on the rise to have a long and illustrious career in Hollywood. Unfortunately, Chadwick had been diagnosed with colon cancer and had been undergoing surgeries and chemotherapy for the past 4 years. The final tweet from the late actor had become the most liked tweet ever, and in the tweet the statement reads, "It is with immeasurable grief that we confirm the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016 and battled with it these last 4 years as it progressed to stage 4. A true fighter, Chadwick persevered through it all and brought you many of the films you have come to love so much. From Marshall to Defy Bloods, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom by August Wilson, and several more, all were filmed during and between countless surgeries and chemotherapy." His family went on to say that it was the honor of his career to bring King T'Challa to life and that he passed in his home surrounded by his loved ones. James Michael Tyler, who is best known for playing Gunther on Friends, had also been keeping a fatal diagnosis from his fans. After going for an annual checkup with his doctor, James was screened for PSA, or prostate-specific antigen. When he was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, he was able to take pills that allowed him to live a pretty normal life. However, over time, the cancer had begun to spread to his bones and spine, which then led to the paralysis of his lower body, which was also the reason that he couldn't appear in person for the HBO Friends reunion special. When the diagnosis was looking bad, James did appear on the Today Show to finally reveal what he had been going through. On the show, he said, "I was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, which had spread to my bones. I've been dealing with that diagnosis for almost the past 3 years. It's stage 4 now, late stage cancer, so eventually it's gonna probably get me." He then went on to warn other men about the importance of getting these tests done so that doctors can catch things early. James goes on to say, "There are other options available to men if they catch it before me. Next time you go in for just a basic exam or your yearly checkup, please ask your doctor for a PSA test. It's easily detectable. If it spreads beyond the prostate to the bones, which is most prevalent in my form, it can be a lot more difficult to deal with." Comedian Norm Macdonald was another celebrity that had been given a fatal diagnosis and decided that he was not just going to keep it from his fans, but from his friends and family as well. Norm Macdonald was born in Quebec City on October 17, 1959, and spent his early years as a stand-up comedian touring across Canada. Eventually, he would go on to write for shows such as Roseanne and The Dennis Miller Show in the early 1990s, before making his way to host the iconic Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live from 1994 to 1997. Entertainment news outlet Deadline was the first to report on his passing after Macdonald's death was announced by his management firm Brillstein Entertainment. The comedian's longtime producing partner and friend Laurie was with him when he passed and said that Norm had been battling cancer for nearly a decade but was determined to keep his health struggles private. Laurie said in a statement, "He was most proud of his comedy. He never wanted the diagnosis to affect the way the audience or any of his loved ones saw him. Norm was a pure comic. He once wrote that a joke should catch someone by surprise, it should never pander. He certainly never pandered. Norm will be missed terribly." Needless to say, Norm Macdonald will go down in history though as a comedy legend, and he will be dearly missed by all. Selena Gomez's mother Mandy Teefey also just recently revealed that she had been secretly battling what was presented to her as a fatal diagnosis. She didn't want to have to address her health, but after comments regarding her weight began to surface online, she decided to clap back at the trolls. Mandy had appeared on the cover of Entrepreneur magazine with Selena Gomez and the founder and CEO of Newsette, Daniela Pearson. She would later share that the cover shoot was taken just 3.5 weeks after she had returned home from the hospital following a life-threatening battle with double pneumonia. "I wasn't ever going to discuss this, but I knew when the Entrepreneur cover came out, comments on my weight were going to be DM'd to me. I just posted a polite offer instead of the name calling, but I was out of the hospital for maybe 3.5 weeks from double pneumonia. I was told I had days to live. I had miracle doctors and love from my family and friends to keep me going. I fought, the doctors fought, and I was one of the few who made it out. I gained 60 pounds plus inflammation from the infection." And even though she had to go to war with this traumatic infection, Mandy said that she never lost sight of her goal to help her daughter launch a new mental health platform called Wondermind. Mandy went on to say in her post, "I never gave up on myself or Wondermind coming to reality. I had zero business to be at a photo shoot, so yesterday was a beautiful day for many reasons, filled with personal attacks. I'm healthy and I will work on myself at my pace. It's a miracle I am here and could care less if that means I'm a 16 instead of an 8. Much love to everyone." In addition to her own mother fighting a secret illness, back in 2015, Selena herself revealed that she had been diagnosed with lupus. This is an autoimmune disease that required the singer to go through chemotherapy. The star then opened up about the disease again by sharing that she had a kidney transplant over the summer. In a heartfelt Instagram post, she wrote, "I'm very aware some of my fans had noticed I was laying low for part of the summer summer and questioning why I wasn't promoting my new music, which I was extremely proud of. So I found out I needed to get a kidney transplant due to my lupus and was recovering. It was what I needed to do for my overall health. I honestly look forward to sharing with you soon my journey through these past several months, as I have always wanted to do with you. Until then, I want to publicly thank my family and incredible team of doctors for everything they have done for me prior to and post-surgery. And finally, there aren't words to describe how I could possibly thank my beautiful friend Francia. She gave me the ultimate gift and sacrifice by donating her kidney to me. I am incredibly blessed. I love you so much, sis. Lupus continues to be very misunderstood, but progress is being made. Alan Rickman is another example of a celebrity that decided to keep their fatal diagnosis from fans. Alan was truly one of Britain's greatest actors to ever take to the screen and stage. He was comfortable playing grandiose villains in films such as Die Hard, while also being able to play dependable romantic figures like he did in Sense and Sensibility. Without a doubt, he quickly became a Hollywood A-lister and an immediately identifiable actor thanks to the smooth purr in his voice, only overshadowed by his cutting, sarcastic delivery. For a character that became so beloved by Harry Potter fans, Alan actually didn't do that many films or win that many awards. However, you can't think about Severus Snape without thinking about him, and that has to say something about his ability to perfectly capture a character, or really bring one to life. Unfortunately, in August of 2014, Rickman suffered from a minor stroke, which then led to the diagnosis that he had pancreatic cancer. He concealed his terminally ill fate from everyone except those close to him. On January 14, 2016, Alan Rickman passed away in a London hospital surrounded by friends and relatives. Not too long after, his fans created a memorial underneath the sign at platform 9 3/4 in the London King's Cross railway station. These are just a few examples of the many celebrities that wanted to put on a brave face for their fans when all seemed lost. But for now, that's all the time that we have for you today. Stay classy, and I'll see you on the next one.